Hi, this is Chris with the Release Technique. Today I have a challenge for you. Think about a goal that you'd like to have in life, or something that you just really like to have. Now just think about it. Now, could you dare yourself to have it? I know this probably sounds silly, but if you think about it, most of us are subconsciously resisting having. Now take a look at having your goal. And you might notice some sort of hesitation, like, oh, I'm not quite ready for that. Or there might even be a feeling of fear coming up. And don't try to analyze it or make sense of it, but just notice. And if you don't notice anything, well, just look for it anyway. Because if you don't have your goals, or if you find yourself sabotaging your success from time to time, then maybe there's some part of you that's pushing it away. And a lot of us are doing this. We actually feel more comfortable not having it. We feel safe, wrapped up in our own cocoon. And we feel that if we step out of our comfort zone, we're just going to cause a lot of trouble for ourselves. So we just go on dreaming of a goal rather than stepping out in full courageousness and deciding just to have it. Now, Lester says that going for goals is a super powerful way of dropping the ego and going for the unlimited. That's because our ego is full of I can'ts and resistance. And if we're truly serious about having our goals, then this negativity must come up because it can't coexist with having. And this is the kind of thing we're going to be working on at the 7-day Beingness and Less Rising Goals Retreat that's happening in Orlando. Now, if you're in conscious control of your mind all the time, where you're running every piece of it rather than getting run around by it, you wouldn't let some silly aversion or feeling stop you from having your goals. You would just be in charge and you would decide to have it. We're going to show you how to do just that. And we're going to show you how to operate from total courageousness all the time and be a master of your life and live in a world of abundance. Click the link below and join us for this very powerful retreat. It's going to open up new doors in your life, guaranteed. But you must hurry though, because rooms are selling out. So don't sit on the fence and miss out on this opportunity. Click the link below and sign up. Now, take a look at a goal that you have once again. See if there's any resistance. I cannot, a should not, or I'm not ready for it yet, or any feeling of a lack. Now just get in touch with any feeling that you have right now about your goal. Now, that's just a feeling that you have. And we're walking around with these feelings that are pushing us and holding us back. But whose feeling is it? It's your feeling, right? Now you have a choice. You could either pretend that it's not there, or you could fight with it, or you could just try to escape it, or you could face it now. Now just welcome this feeling up. Now most of us don't like our feelings, and we're piling resistance upon resistance. So let's do something that's quite the opposite now. Now just welcome this feeling up and say yes to this feeling that you have right now, this feeling of lack. Just say yes to it. Now, when you say yes, could you say yes and be unconditional? Say yes to it, whether it goes away or if it stays forever. Just say yes to that feeling. And say yes to it even more. And say yes to it even more. And even more. And say yes to it even more. And even more. And notice if you feel lighter. Now, let go of pushing down on the rest of that feeling. It's just a feeling. Let go of holding it down. Just allow it to come up. Now, we have developed such a habit of pushing our feelings down. Because they push up, we don't like it, we don't like the feeling, and they get in our way, so we do this and we cram them back down so we can operate in our life. But we're doing this all the time, and it's a constant battle. And these feelings are only pushing up because they want to leave. Now, just allow it to leave. Allow it to arise. And here's where you can use your imagination. Just imagine this feeling, just moving right on out into openness, into spaciousness, and just evaporating and dissolving. Just imagine it. Now this is going beyond just simple visualization. When you imagine it moving out and dissolving, it dissolves because you're the boss. You're telling it what to do. And just allow it to just come on out. Watch it. And just imagine it evaporating and dissolving. And even more. And just allow it, even more of it to come up. It's just a feeling. And imagine that feeling just moving on out into spaciousness and evaporating into space. And allow it to evaporate even more. And even more. And notice how you feel. See if you feel quiet now. When you let these feelings go, and you let the noise in your mind go, you can even let that go. I'll show you. Just get a picture of whatever this problem is that's in your way. This cannot or should not, or I don't have it. And maybe you have stories from the past that said you cannot have it. And it's just a story that's playing in your mind. Who cares if it was in the past? You're here now. Could you just allow that story, that picture in your mind, that noise in your mind, just allow it to evaporate and dissolve. And more. And even more. And even more. And even more. Now see if you feel even quieter. See, when you drop this noise and these feelings, you ultimately fall into quiet. And this is that spaciousness that's all around you. And this spaciousness is the real you. And when you're quiet, you don't have noise in your mind that tells you you cannot, that's holding you back. When you're quiet, you're free to make a decision, to decide, I'm having it. You're free to step into courageousness. So, make a decision now. Stop having your ego run your life for you. So your ego's full of cannots, and it's full of wanting. And if you don't make a decision, you're just going to be a slave to a bunch of feelings and a bunch of stories in your mind. Now get bigger than that. Click the link below. Join us in Orlando for the Beingness and Less Rising Goals Retreat and open up new doors in your life.